turned out. Those are all things that you have to take into account when you're looking at a situation with the horse and trying to decide what is the situation with this horse. What possibilities can I rule out? What possibilities are more likely? So while I'm unsaddling him for the Wash Right Wisdom video, I want to talk about a couple of things that applies to him, but it actually applies to a lot of horses. I get a lot of comments about, could this be the issue? Could that be the issue? Could the horse be sore? Could it have need its teeth done? Could the saddle not fit? A lot of could be's. And I think that the train of thought that the people are thinking when they ask these could be's isn't necessarily wrong, because in a lot of cases that could be the problem in a different situation, in a different case with a different horse. It's not necessarily that couldn't ever be the problem. But the thing about it is, when you're looking at any horse moving and you're deciding what is the issue that's going on with that horse, whether it's this horse or a horse you have at home or whatever, and you're trying to decide what is the issue that's going on, you can't just lock into one symptom, like him with tossing his head or swishing a tail or stumbling. He stumbles a good bit. You can't just lock into one situation. You have to look at the whole totality of everything that's going on. His stumbling usually comes after I bump him with spurs. His tossing his head right now usually comes after I bump him with spurs. Sometimes it comes after I go pulling him on one direction or the other. And by looking at the totality of everything, if he was stumbling just when I'm just sitting here not doing anything, or he's tossing his head when the bit is moving around, he could have some feet issues if he's just stumbling in general. He could have some teeth issues in the right situation. But like with him, he's stumbling after I tell him to go. So I'm telling him to go, his body's getting stiff and he's not walking, and that's why he's stumbling. You have to look at the whole totality, and that's how you know that it's not a feet issue or it's not a teeth issue. When people ask those kind of questions, it could be that what they're thinking is the right thing with a different horse in a different situation, but they're not looking at the whole totality of the picture that's in front of them. And a lot of times, like when I'm seeing him stumble after I put leg on him, I'm really the only one that can put those two together, because I'm putting the leg on and then he's stumbling. So it helps that you would be riding the horse. And then the other part of that is, with these horses here, I'm around these horses all day, every day, and you see 20-30 minutes every week or two. So you're seeing the little piece of the video. I'm seeing the whole totality of how the horse behaves in the stall, how restless it is in the stall, how well it stands tied out at the line, how it behaves when it's turned out. Those are all things that you have to take into account when you're looking at a situation with the horse and trying to decide what is the situation with this horse. What possibilities can I rule out? What possibilities are more likely? So if you're having an issue with your horse, don't key in on one thing, whatever that one thing is. That one thing is going to be a symptom. One symptom is not going to tell you what's wrong. You have to look at the whole situation to figure out the root of the problem, not one symptom. So if you're having an issue with the horse, with your horse, and you're keyed in on one thing that's going on, look at the whole big picture and kind of consider everything, even simple things like how they behave in a stall. That will tell you a lot. How they behave when they're out in the pasture, that will tell you a lot. And If you have any situations like that that you want to talk about, message me and either send me a direct message or put it in the comments, and we'll talk about it. If you live up north in one of the colder environments, we're in the south. Our winters are usually pretty mild, highs in the 70s, lows in the 40s. If you'd like to send your horse down so I can keep it conditioned over the winter so you'll be ready to show when it comes back in the spring, or if you have one you'd like to get started, it's a great time of the year to start them, and then in the springtime we'll send it back home and you'll be able to continue. And this is Rocky, and he's coming along. He's going to be a nice horse. We just have to get him a little bit better mentally accepting of doing what the rider asks him to do. So I'll have a link up here somewhere to my Wednesday wash rack videos on YouTube. Until next time, thank you for watching. If you have any questions about what I'm doing here, put it in the comments below and I'll see if I can answer your question. And if you're finding what I'm doing helpful, if you would click the like button, and that will help YouTube know to send the videos out to other people. If you have a friend that you think needs to watch this video, share it with them. Let them see what I'm doing and might help more people. I want to thank everybody for supporting me on Patreon. That's where I usually post some of the more detailed training videos. There's 3 levels: $5, $25, $75. $5 level, you get access to all those detailed training videos. $25 level, you get access to all the videos, plus you get 20% discount on video lessons, and you're entered for a drawing for a giveaway that I do once a month. $75 level, you get all of that, plus you get a free video lesson a month. I'll get thousands of questions a day. There's no way I can answer them all, but I answer Patreon questions every day. Patreon, Tim Anderson Horse Training. I appreciate everybody for supporting me there.